A very good afternoon to all brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Today is day 4, 26 August 2024, Monday. So we are now in the afternoon session, 1:30 to 3 o'clock. So we will be continuing our sharing from this Sutra book. Oh, PG taking over, okay. Yeah. Okay. 167. Oh, sorry, correct. 167, yeah. 3.1, yeah. So we'll continue from where we stopped. Page 167 of the Heart Sutra book. 3.1, part 3.
Okay, part 3, meditation 3.1. Question 1. Why do we experience heat which comes and goes during meditation? Bratio answer. Whether heat arises or not is not so important, because the main purpose and intent of meditation is to train the mind in heedfulness first. That is, to be in a stable state of relaxed inner awareness or mindfulness first. Then only can one meditate. Heat can be due to the environment that you are in or due to your yin and yang imbalance within your body. The key thing is just to be in a state of relaxed inner awareness, to be aware of everything that is arising and passing away during meditation. Just maintain a silent, passive awareness. Don't try to know. The understanding will come by itself via an awakening and not via thinking. 3.2. Heedful and mindful during meditation, but heedless in the midst of life. Question 2. I can be very heedful and mindful when I'm here doing meditation in a very conducive environment. But when I'm in the midst of life, I can be very heedless. When I'm in a very negative environment or situation, I can become deluded very fast. Then I start to blame myself and get angry with myself. Why? Bratio answered, this is normal. When you're in this present tranquil, meditative environment, you will be naturally more peaceful and heedful. Everything appears very smooth sailing because it is a conditioned environment or state of mind with no negativity to stir and test you. But when you're in the midst of life, you are usually less heedful. So when you are with someone that you don't like or a weird and difficult person, then you are tested. During these moments, if you have yet to develop the wisdom needed to calm yourself down, then it is very likely you will become very unhappy via your heedless reaction to what they say or what they do. You will have to learn to confront or face all these negativities and difficult life situations with wisdom to free your mind. That's why you must investigate into all this. That is, how your reactions to sense experiences conditioned by your delusion develop into very strong habitual tendencies without you even becoming aware of them. Habitual tendencies born of delusion are difficult to change or correct overnight. Silence your mind to investigate into their origination factors so that you can later retrospectively reverse it via wisdom after you have contemplated deep into it. That is, how this anger or fear arise in your mind, and then inquire, are they real? Is anger or fear really what you are? Apart from these mental states that come and go, there is a nature within that is unmoving and unchanging. Is there a nature within that is unmoving and unchanging? All these are part of meditation. Your problem lies in your inability to recognize the fact that you are not what you are thinking, or mundane mind tells you via your Sakaya Ditti. Your true nature within is already perfect and without any negativity or discrimination and convention. So don't blame yourself for being like so useless, because you cling onto your form and mind, the so-called human being, as the you, the I, and the me, hence the delusion. Blaming and getting angry with yourself is of no use, because it is a wrong view. The anger or fear that arises is not you, but only a conditioned state of mind that arises after you have reacted to what you see and what you hear, and think via your own sakayaditi or self-delusion, which is a wrong view. If you do not perceive whatever life situation that arises with negativity or wrong view, then you will not react and there will be no suffering. You will come to understand via your heedfulness that when things don't go your way, then you will react because you want things your way, which is against nature's laws that governs all of life and existence. Hence, suffering will arise because you have your own expectations that are not met, and you are not able to understand that people are just the way they are, and this is a fact. This is part of the first noble truth. Noble truths, 7 conditions or realities of life and existence. When you have the right view, anger, selfishness, and fear cease to be. As we all know, a deluded person will say and do deluded things. Likewise, an angry and violent person will do and say angry and violent things. You have to develop the wisdom via your meditation to just accept them for what they are, and then you'll be peaceful. You only need to change and straighten your own view to free your mind. This realization is wisdom. Hence the saying, wisdom frees, whereas delusion binds. 3.3. How do I overcome discrimination against a specific person? Question 3. Oh, this is the answer. Brother Teo, answer. When you use your false thinking or condition arising discriminative thinking mind to see and perceive a specific person via your wrong views and opinions born of your own mind's conditioning, then this discriminative perception will arise. The problem is your sakayaditi or self-delusion that conditions you to deludedly cling onto your false thinking mind, leading you to your inability to realize your true mind, to see things as they are via wisdom. Please refer to the 7th Surangama Sutta notes dated 8th of January 2013 for further explanation on this. 34 Heart Sutra class. Part 1. Recapitulation and emphasis on the previous lesson. 1.1. Verse 4. Opening a sutra. The unsurpassed, profound, and wonderful Dharma is difficult to encounter in hundreds of millions of aeons. I now see it and hear it, receive and uphold it, and I vow to fathom the Tathagata's true meaning. Reciting the above opening verse with great sincerity and faith is very important because it reminds us clearly of the following. Number 1, rare is birth as a human being. Number 2, rare is the opportunity of hearing the Dharma. 3, dangerous is the delusion of mind. Via the analogy of the turtle's egg in the great ocean. In the Mahaparinibbana Sutta, the Buddha used the metaphor of a blind turtle in a vast ocean to explain how difficult it is to be reborn as a human being and at the same time have the chance of hearing the Dharma. Suppose there is a turtle egg floating in the vast ocean. The turtle egg has a hole the size of just slightly larger than the head, for the head of a turtle to pop into. There is a long-lived sea turtle in the ocean. Once every 100 years, this turtle comes out from the bottom of the ocean and pops its head into the ocean surface, and the probability of it hitting the hole of the turtle egg is the probability of being born as a human being and to hear the Buddha's Dhamma. That is, to be able to be born as a human and having the chance to hear the Dhamma is just as hard as for the blind turtle to encounter the turtle's egg on a vast ocean and let its head go through the hole of this turtle egg. Therefore, do not be heedless anymore, so that you will not lose sight of this great opportunity of already having the special condition to be a human being and the great condition to hear the Dhamma, yet not taking it seriously to diligently cultivate the awaken to it is going to be a real waste. If one misses this window, it may be hundreds of millions of aeons later before one can have another such condition or opportunity. 1.2. What is heedfulness or apamada? Question 1. What is heedfulness and apamada? Brother Teo answered. The importance of heedfulness is clearly expounded by the Buddha via his Dhammapada verses 21, 22, and 23. The Buddha said under Dhammapada verse 21, heedfulness is the path to the deathless, and the heedful never die, whereas heedlessness is the path to death, and the heedless is as if dead. So do not be heedless, and do strive on with heedfulness always. Apamada is the silent mind in heedfulness. Attentiveness, alertness, non-laxity, diligence, and vigilance to develop the meditation, to develop the mind. Apamada, or heedfulness, is the cornerstone of all heedful mental states, and it is of such importance that the Buddha stressed it in his parting words or last exhortation. Transient are all conditioned things and phenomena. Strive on with heedfulness. Apamadena sampadeta. 1.3. Apamada Sutta. Below is the Apamada Sutta as translated by Thanissaro Bhikkhu. Apamada Sutta. At Savatthi, as he was sitting on one side, King Pasadena of Kosala said to the Blessed One, is there, Lord, any one quality that keeps both kinds of benefits secure, benefits in this life and benefits in life to come? There is one quality, great King, that keeps both kinds of benefits secure, benefits in this life and benefits in life to come. But what, Lord, is that one quality? It is heedfulness, great King. Just as the footprints of all living beings with legs can be encompassed by the footprint of the elephant, and the elephant's footprint is declared to be supreme among them in terms of its great size. In the same way, heedfulness is the one quality that keeps both kinds of benefits secure, benefits in this life and benefits in life to come. That is what the Blessed One said. Having said that, the one well gone, the teacher, said further, for one who desires long life, health, beauty, heaven, noble birth, lavish delights, one after another, the wise praise heedfulness in performing deeds of merit. When heedful and wise, you achieve both kinds of benefit. Number one, benefits in this life, and number two, benefits in life to come. By breaking through to your benefit, you are called enlightened wise. To be mindful or in sati is to be in a state of relaxed inner awareness or attentiveness without thought. To be heedful is to be aware or mindful before the knowing, to understand the truth and to see things as they are. When the mind is silent, mindful and attentive without thought, then it is in sati. The silent mind with inner awareness to cultivate the Buddha Dharma, thus developing the wisdom of panya, is heedfulness. The opposite of heedfulness is heedlessness. And when one is heedless, one is hardly aware and only merely conscious of life, because one is too busy and heedlessly thinking, planning, and worrying about life so much so one totally misses out on life. One can never really live life because one is so preoccupied within one's thinking and thought processes. Hence the heedlessness. We are constantly lost in thought most of the time and throughout the day. Heedful living allows us to be ever mindful of all our mental intentions behind all our actions, speech, and thoughts processes. This will enable us to cultivate the Noble Eightfold Path factors of right speech, right action, and right thoughts. We are following the advice of the Buddha to apply the appropriate 4 right efforts to avoid all evil, do good, and purify our mind. Heedfulness will prevent us from being heedless throughout the day, so that the 5 hindrances of mind can be overcome and finally eradicated. Heedfulness will also enable us to trace the origination factors of the 5 hindrances of mind and the 3 evil roots of greed, hatred, and delusion when they arise due to one's reaction of mind to sense experiences. By understanding how they arise via wisdom, we will be able to retrospectively reverse it. With heedfulness, we will be able to put these teachings to test and witness the 4 Noble Truths and the law of dependent origination, or 12 links, occurring within our form and our mind with every moment of mental activity. Heedfulness will also enable us to see things as they are via sati and samadhi, leading to wisdom or panya. When one is heedful and mindful of with inner awareness most of the time, one can see everything very clearly, because the silent mind is not distracted by anything, and it is not preoccupied with any heedless thinking, so it can see things as they are. It can be aware of thoughts, mental intentions, emotions, fear, etc. It can also be aware of all movements, like the moving car, all our physical actions and movements, etc. When mindfulness stabilizes, it will develop into a continuous flow. Then your seeing or awareness will be so different because it can be aware of all of life's physical, mental, and nature's flow. The mind is just silent and aware, with one with all phenomena, without thought, and always heedful. When one's mind is no longer preoccupied with all the heedless thinking, then there is great clarity, and one can see very clearly. Just like the saying goes, truth is everywhere. Why can't you see? For those who see, they will always see. That is, when one is heedful, there is no thought. Only the senses are aware, so there is a lot of clarity. Everything is so clear. Without thoughts, there are no evil roots. That is, no fear, no selfishness, and emotional negativity, etc. So, develop the silent mind with inner awareness to be heedful always. For further details on heedfulness, please refer to the recorded thought. Question: how to overcome anger? 1.4. Brother Teo answered, when there is anger arising, just be aware, don't think. Then silence your mind and sit back to relax. After a while, the agitation due to the stirring of your mind into anger via your heedlessness and delusion will slow down. Then suddenly it will become completely still. Then you will come to understand with joy clearly that if you don't react to stir the mind, then you are in your original state of mind, which is peaceful and calm before the stirring. The analogy of a pool of still water will help illustrate the point. If stirred by a falling branch or stone thrown into it, the ripples will start to form. Wind and weather may also cause waves, just like fear and anger, appearing in the mind due to external stimulus. A mind that is heedful, wise, and constantly aware will not be stirred by any delusion, hence it will be very calm and peaceful always. As habitual tendencies develop over the years are difficult to eradicate or do away with, one will need to be heedful most of the time throughout their daily life to stabilize the wisdom to deal with the strong habitual negative tendencies. When the spiritual faculties of sada and enlightenment factor of equanimity are there, then one will no longer be entangled. The mind that is transformed will not react anymore, and instead it will just flow and accord via wisdom. When you try to share and there are no conditions, but then others want to argue and want to be right, then you will say yes, you are right, and let them be right, because they don't understand duality as yet. So just let things be. One must ask the question, right according to whom? And why must one defend oneself? This is because of the ego, the self-delusion that conditions one's selfishness, emotional negativity, and fear. Understand that things are just the way they are. No right, no wrong, we are seeing things as they are. Grasping and clinging to sense experiences via delusion is the cause of suffering. Only wisdom liberates and frees the mind, nothing else. With wisdom, one will be able to understand and appreciate life more and more. Part 2, Heart Sutra. Part 3, Meditation 3.1. Question 1. During meditation, I heard and perceived the branches of the tree, and I returned to Anapanasati, but then the thoughts regarding the falling branches arise. May I have your comments? Bratio answered, this is what you are supposed to see in your meditation, because there is this subtle grasping going on within the mind. Meditation is to uncover all these unhealthy delusions and unwholesome subtle attachments to what we perceive with every moment of our conscious sense experiences via our trained mind in heedfulness or silent inner awareness, to understand what is going on in our own form and mind, how we are conditioned into thinking and reaction of mind, likes and dislikes, via our own delusion or sakayaditi. Why do these thoughts arise and not other thoughts? And we also see clearly how we are conditioned into grasping and clinging, leading to the suffering caused by our own self-delusion, selfishness, and emotional negativities, the three evil roots, which are the roots of all evil. In this particular case, there is this curiosity of mind due to delusion that conditions your grasping to what you perceived earlier, which is the falling branches. This is attachment to one of our 5 aggregates of form and mind, and in this case, it is the perception aggregate. So the first of the dependent origination link of avijja, paccaya sankhara, or dependent on ignorance, sankhara, which is mental activities, comes to be. hence the thought and thinking about the falling branches. This is witnessing how the mind functions, and via all this heedfulness training, you will also witness all of the Buddha's teachings, like the Four Noble Truths and the 12 links, etc., in your own life experiences via your daily mindfulness to understand who you are and what you are, including how you function as a human being, how the sense door consciousness and the stirring of mind comes to be, etc., so as to develop the requisite wisdom and understanding, leading to the subsequent awakening via insight in the three characteristics of nature, of anicca, dukkha, and anatta, especially the anatta universal characteristics. For further details, please listen to the recorded talk. 35 and 36 Heart Sutra classes.
35th and 36th Heart Sutra classes. 1.1. To develop the heedfulness needed to cultivate the meditation. To develop the heedfulness needed to cultivate the meditation as taught by the Buddha, one must at least understand what is heedfulness and what is meditation as taught by the Buddha in order to start. It is just like you having a problem and you come to a meditation teacher and he said to you, just meditate and your problem will be resolved. Is this going to be useful if you do not even want to find out what your problem is? How can you start solving your problem when you do not know what your problem is? Similarly, with meditation, if you do not understand what meditation is, then how can you start developing it? Meditation and cultivation must be done with understanding, so that one is not gullible. Dhammapada verses 21, 22, and 23 already stress the importance of heedfulness. So heedfulness must be part of you in order to realize the enlightenment. Continuous heedfulness is the key to the noble life. Those without heedfulness cannot become enlightened. Please refer to the earlier 34th Heart Sutra notes for the detailed explanation of what heedfulness is. As meditation is a very general word, it is important to understand the meditation as taught by the Buddha. The real meditation as taught by the Buddha is to develop the wisdom via insight into the three universal characteristics of nature, anicca, dukkha, and anatta, so as to be at peace with all situations wherever you are, term upahi viveka. Fully relax and be aware to develop the wisdom born of direct seeing. The thought must not interfere. There is just clarity of mind leading to the awakening or insight into the three universal characteristics of nature. The mind that is liberated is so free. It understands that all phenomena, whether physical, mental, and natures, are all empty and they are all conditions arising or causal phenomena following nature's law. This is deep penetrative wisdom. In cultivation, we should thank those people who are not so friendly and constantly making things difficult for us, because they are the ones that can give us the conditions to test our cultivation. Hence, we should perceive them with wholesomeness and wisdom, while accepting them as they are, then expressing our gratitude towards them. Then, great compassion will naturally arise in our mind. Do not perceive any situation with negativity, for the absence of negativity is good. So don't try to do good, because without wisdom, one can end up becoming just a good-hearted fool. The unenlightened ones are so heedless, chasing and clinging after so many things in life. They still grieve and worry about life, despite having so many things and possessions, for they lack contentment and wisdom to live life. The first noble truth of dukkha that expounds so clearly the 8 realities of life and existence needs to be understood. Otherwise, they can really make human beings miserable. Without understanding the true Dharma as taught by the Buddha, suffering will be the final result. So, strive on with heedfulness and do not be heedless. Please listen to the recorded tape for more details. Part 3, Meditation. 3.1. Question 1. While cultivating mindfulness in daily life, I was able to be mindful most of the time when I'm going about living the normal life. But when confronted with work-related and personal problems, I find it very difficult to maintain that heedfulness, and I realize that the same worrying and fearful thoughts keep coming back to haunt me. How can I overcome this? Brother Teo answered, this is a very good question. Yes, when there are no First Noble Truth realities to disturb us, cultivating heedfulness and mindfulness in daily life is fairly easy. The challenge is when one is confronted with the First Noble Truth realities of birth, old age, sickness, and death, threatening separation from loved ones and one's prized possessions, etc., like work-related and personal, health, career, relationship, and financial problems, etc. Can your mind still be peaceful and calm to cultivate the requisite heedfulness? This is the most difficult, but it can still be done if one has developed the appropriate wisdom to confront them with understanding. This is the reason why the Buddha constantly advised the bhikkhus to reflect on the 5 daily contemplations and to strive on with heedfulness to arise the much needed wisdom to overcome all these First Noble Truth realities. 3.2. The 5 daily contemplations are as follows. 1. Our body is of the nature to decay and grow old, for it has not gone beyond old age and decay. 2. Our body is of the nature to be diseased or sick because it has not gone beyond diseases and sicknesses. 3. Our body is of the nature to die, for it has not gone beyond death. Number 4. All of our loved ones, wealth, prosperity, property, and other prized possessions, etc., which we hold on to so dearly, they will all one day separate from us, or we separate from them when our breath stops. 5. This is the great law of karma, and is also the first right view that we must develop or have to begin our cultivation. Each and every one of us, including all living beings, we are all born of our karma, heir to our karma, conditioned and supported by our karma, and we are what we are because of our karma. This is the great law of karma. Hence, karma is so important. We must all take care of our karma while avoiding all evil, do good, and purify our minds, which is the advice of all Buddhas. To develop the strong karmic nature to bring about the good life every time we come or choose to come. Once the wisdom born of one's cultivation and above constant reflections and contemplation has stabilized, then these projections of wrong thoughts to haunt you will not have power over you. Wrong thoughts are deluded thoughts that condition one's fear, worry, anxiety, and suffering via one's self-delusion or Sakaya Ditti that condition one to cling onto the 5 aggregates as the I and the me, hence the heedlessness. So ultimately, it is wisdom that really frees and liberates one's mind. Job pressures, deadlines, and targets can be very stressful within the job and career environment, and if one has not developed the wisdom to confront them with understanding, it is not easy. The same goes for personal problems. So, the Dharma understanding is to confront all these First Noble Truth realities is very important, and this is the reason why the Buddha's final advice before his passing away is to strive on with heedfulness, to develop the requisite wisdom to liberate one's mind. 3.3. Understanding the meditation as taught by the Buddha. Dhammapada verses 21, 22, and 23 confirm the importance of heedfulness in order to become enlightened. Heedfulness or apamada, ever mindful sati, plus to cultivate the Dhamma and the meditation as taught by the Buddha. So the first thing we must do when starting this meditation is to train our mind to be in sati, or silent inner aware, to be ever mindful without thought most of the time. Then only use this trained mind in sati to meditate and cultivate the Dharma as taught by the Buddha. How do we train this mind to be mindful and aware most of the time? First, we must understand why we are most of the time heedless and not mindful, aware, and peaceful. According to the Buddha, it is because of the 5 mental hindrances that condition our heedless thinking, thereby steering our mind and hindering our mind from returning to its natural meditative state of inner peace and calmness before the stirring. The 5 mental hindrances of sensual desire, ill will, sloth and torpor, lethargic or sleepiness, restlessness or agitated mind due to fear, worry, anxiety, and doubt. The 5 mental hindrances condition our heedless thinking, lack of peace and awareness, so we must reverse all these while cultivating the opposite 5, which are the 5 spiritual faculties. Number 1, sada, of confidence in the Buddha and his teaching. Number 2, viriya, or spiritual zeal, tenacity to cultivate heedfulness. Number 3, sati, or mindfulness or awareness. Number 4, samadhi, or collectedness of mind, unwavering mind. And 5, panya, or wisdom. To cultivate these 5 spiritual faculties, the Buddha recommended the pre- and post-puja, or devotional practices of paying respect or homage to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and taking refuge in them, followed by the renewal of 5 precepts, chanting the various salutations to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, etc. The paying of respect and the taking of refuge, followed by the chanting of the various salutations, is to develop the faith or sada and virya spiritual faculties. Then, the paying of respect or mindful reverential salutation is to develop the composed mind to be mindful while paying respect to the Buddha. So do not underestimate the importance of puja in the cultivation process. When sati is developed, samadhi will come to be, and with sati and samadhi, one will be able to have the clarity of mind to see things as they are, without the interference of thoughts, via the sati in direct seeing, hence awakening to the truth, leading to the wisdom. Then, to decondition the heedless thinking, we use the mind sweeping method as a skillful means to train our mind to just feel and relax, no more thinking, as we sweep the mind through our body. This will allow the mind to naturally relax and calm down on its own. We can also combine it with the radiating of metta or loving kindness to develop the inner well-being and wholesome state of mind to enhance our meditation. After the mind sweeping method and metta training, our mind should be more relaxed, calm, and peaceful. Then we can use it to develop sati, the silent mind with inner awareness, via the anapanasati, or mindfulness of the in and out breath, training as taught by the Buddha in his kaya nupassana practices. After that, when sati is already quite stable, we should move on to the mindfulness of the 4 postures, followed by the sati sampajana, or the daily mindfulness with clear comprehension, training as described in the kaya nupassana's 6 categories of practices. Once sati is established, use it to cultivate the 3 turnings of the 4 noble truths and the 4 foundations of mindfulness to complete the training. The real meditation, as taught by the Buddha, is the cultivation of the Noble Eightfold Path, leading to the cessation of all suffering and enlightenment in the here and the now. 3.4 Summary of cultivation. Number 1. Train the mind to be heedful via A. Puja or devotional practices. A daily religious routine will be useful. B. Mind sweeping method and metta. C. Anapanasati. D. Mindfulness of the 4 postures. And E. mindfulness and clear comprehension of all actions and all movements in the present moment, or daily mindfulness and clear comprehension training. Number 2, once heedful, use the trained mind to cultivate the 3 turnings of the 4 Noble Truths and the 4 foundations of mindfulness or Satipatthana practices. (37) Heart Sutra.
Wait. The chart. The chart I better take over. Because this one, in the center, you have to pay attention. From there, everything starts. What is meditation as taught by the Buddha? So the other 6 rectangles are what the essential Dhamma has within to teach you how to do it. So here, the top one, the meditation is to decondition one's heedless thinking. We are training the mind to be heedful, then use it to insight into the 3 universal characteristics of nature, to cultivate the wisdom, to liberate the mind, so that it is at peace with all life situations. Wow, this one, the writing now too small. With my reading glass also I got problem reading. The computer bigger or not? As we read.
Okay, I'll read the definition again of what is meditation as taught by the Buddha. Meditation is to decondition one's heedless thinking via training the mind to be heedful, then use it to insight into the 3 universal characteristics of nature, cultivate wisdom, to liberate the mind so that it is at peace with all life situations.
So this one, the first one is to...
The how is it?
chill.
Bless you.
Sorry. The chill is starting to come in. Can close the window there. Somebody at the back. Close the window. Otherwise, the chill one will start to come in. You see, before you have the spiritual faculty, before you understand what is the true mind, all these things, then you are totally deluded. Means you don't know what is meditation as taught by the Buddha, and you don't know how to start. But for those who know, they know without the spiritual faculty, your mind thinks a lot, isn't it? So this heedless thinking has become habitual because you react to sense experience, your like and dislike, your pleasant and unpleasant sense experience, make you keep on stirring and creating the first 2 mental hindrances. If they are hindrances, they will hinder you from entering the meditative state of inner peace, inner calmness, and inner awareness. So what must you do? You have to reverse or decondition the heedless thinking. How to do it? The one I used to teach people initially is mind sweeping method. Well, that one is relatively easy. You just sweep. Aware, relax. Aware, relax. Don't think. Understand or not? So when you do that, you don't think, then the thinking get deconditioned. Because the mind, very funny one. You must have something for him to do one, the Monday mind. If you don't have something for him to do, he will wander off and think on. You cannot pay attention on. Unless you have passion. You love that subject, you are serious about that teaching, you want to listen attentively. Otherwise, she'll wander off. You don't believe it, you try. You try to be aware for even 1 minute. You can't, I tell you. Unless you have trained. You have trained, then no problem. Anytime you are aware, then it won't run. So what is happening is, to decondition this heedless thinking, the first training is mind sweeping method. Means you sweep your mind from your forehead down slowly. Understand? And it's very good training. In the early day, I tried. It's very good. Then after that, I realized I got very little thinking. So at the forehead, I remember the early day before I know all this meditation, I feel. Because feel is a task for your mundane mind to look for. Understand? Feel what? You remember this one. You feel and check whether there is any tension, tightness, or stress within. Means you are not relaxed. Understand what? So here, feel, mind sweeping method. So you feel at the forehead. You start at the forehead. Yeah? If there is any tension, tightness, or stress within, means you are not relaxed. So what must you do? Relax into it. Wow, this one cannot erase. Means you are not relaxed. When you feel, you know, when there is tension, tightness, or stress within, means you are holding on to problem. Understand? Your heedless thinking is there, means very noisy up there. And these are the what they call habitual thinking. Your conditioning, your belief system, your mental chattering, your verbalization, and your lack of peace. That's why you feel, then you relax. When you relax, feel and relax. When you feel and relax, you don't think in there. True or not? True or not? So if you don't think, this tension, tightness, and stress don't get thought energy. Understand or not? That's why it releases itself. You will feel it one. Here becomes soothingly relaxed and clear. Then you move down to your eye muscle. Throughout the day you read, you computer, all those video, sure stress out, I tell you. You relax the eye muscle. That time when I do, I remember my eye muscle always tense up. So when I relax into it, it's very soothing. Like putting Optract. You know what is Optract there? The eye lotion. So when you come to the eye, very easy to relax on. You have no need to work on the eye. Just feel it soothingly relax. Then when it comes to facial muscle, is the best. Most people are bin chao chao on. You understand? Not happy on. So a lot of stress, a lot of tension. You can't even smile. Understand? So a good way to help you is, I say, visualize yourself looking into a mirror, radiating a radiant smile. No, not smile. No, we try to smile, also cannot smile. So that reflect what? Your emotion is reflected in your physical. Understand? When you are angry, you can see that person. He got problem, you can see he worry and all those things. When you are mindful, heedful, everything show out on other people, I mean. And you can see the world, the people, the nature, everything you can detect on. You become very sensitive. But if you are heedlessly lost in thought, you yourself got problem, worry here, worry there, you think you can sense. Like last night, Yun Chan told me, he put on something on the forehead. He asked Raymond, do you see any difference? Raymond say, 40, 50 years already, where got difference? He cannot see. They pay attention, not sensitive. Well, Raymond got his own thinking. So this is an example. I mean, don't say that this is Hitler. No. It's not. It's an example. Yeah? Yun Chan told me that. So Yun Chan herself laughed. So human being, before you understand all this, you will become like that. So when you radiate a radiant smile, you don't believe me. After I say this joke, you also smile. You feel yourself relaxed. When you can really radiate a radiant smile, you really have the joy. Otherwise, you cannot smile. Understand? Then when you have the smile, you feel very good or no? Try in the meditation. Radiating. Then when that one happen, very easy. Your facial muscle also can relax. It means your mind state also change. Then no need to think. Just have good thought. Then you start by radiating loving kindness. May I. Then you feel. this body and mind. Be well and happy. Feel the well-being and happiness in you. Then you realize no need to try to radiate a radiant smile. That well-being make you smile, no? And the energy very good, no? That's why you will have peace, you will have joy, you will have what they call, may there be peace, joy, and what? There's another one, what? Love. Deep within your heart. So that three things appear by itself. No? When you just radiate, you radiate first to yourself. You cannot love yourself. How can you radiate out to others? So you try. May I, this body and mind. So most people's mind that has problem is this mind. Because this mind, the true mind, no problem. So body is this body. Then the mind is the thinking mind up here. Understand? Well and happy. So you radiate the well-being. May I, this body of mine, this body and mind of mine, be well and happy. You feel the well-being in your physical body and mind. You do it. You feel very different. And straight away your mind settles down. I remember before I even come to the radiating of metta, because that metta I did before I do the mind sweeping method. That's why when it comes to mind sweeping method, I incorporate the metta in. And visualizing yourself radiating a radiant smile is actually in the Sutra. The Buddha teach. So as you move facial muscle, you already very good. Then after that, you locate your mind at the shoulder, hand. You sweep it down, it relaxes by itself or no. Then after that, come back to the shoulder, move it down to the heart. When I sweep it down to the heart, that's why I can feel my heartbeat, popa, popa, and all that. Then all the vibration, whatever here. And I feel very good. I can stay there. Then I relax, relax. Relax means what? Don't do anything, that's all. Let things be, like Joey came to know. Fly come, mosquito come, anything come, also stay there. Then you sweep it down. So by the time you sweep it down to your stomach, then your abdomen, then your buttock, then your leg, you become very calm already. The deconditioning of the heedless thinking no more. Because what you do is feel and relax, understand how? You try it. This one very good. I did it early days. Then after that, if let's say this one you do already, it will help you already. Then the other way to do it is, so you read on the next one, how? You can develop the spiritual faculty, which is the opposite 5 spiritual faculty that can help you overcome and root out the 5 mental hindrance. You read too small. I know it's the 5 spiritual faculty, but I cannot see. A bit too small.
The how? To develop the 5 spiritual faculties with strong determination to overcome the 5 hindrances of mind. Next.
Then you must know what are the 5 hindrances of mind. Because this is the one that make you heedless, think a lot. Because this mental hindrance, they hinder your mind from entering the meditative state of inner peace, inner calmness, and inner awareness. So if you know this, then you go straight away to the 5 spiritual faculty. How to do it? I already explained early on. Puja. Understand? Pre-puja, post-puja, devotional practice. Is to develop the chanting, everything, take refuge, chant the salutation, so that you develop the saddha, so that you know who the Buddha is and how wise he is, how special his teaching is, can bring about enlightenment in the here and now and liberate you. So from there, the saddha will come. Then when you know who the Buddha is, you determine to go all out to learn this teaching, because you want to have a good life. You want to understand life. You want to be free from all suffering, so that you can live life to the fullest without suffering. That's why you will go all out. Understand? Then when you go all out, that is your second spiritual faculty, virya. Then you're supposed to train yourself in sati, mindfulness, stabilize it. That's why awareness-based meditation. Or you follow what the Buddha teach you under kaya nupassana. You can try anapanasati, then mindfulness of the four posture, then daily mindfulness. It will also be sufficient. Or you do walking, bowing, chanting, whatever that can bring about mindfulness training to stabilize it, do. Then after that, silence your mind and let it stabilize to become samadhi. With sati and samadhi, you will continue to see things as they are, to insight into phenomena, to awaken. Because that is the meditative mind. Then your mind, with the five spiritual faculty, plus the last one, which is the five spiritual faculty, the last one is wisdom. So these five will counter the five mental hindrance we have gone through earlier. That's how you can decondition your heedless thinking. That's how you can train yourself to develop the meditative mind, which is born of the five spiritual faculty. Then when you stabilize that and become balanced, you are home. And to help you in the chanting book, I help you to make the aspiration. You remember? You invoke power of Maurice. Understand? For causes and conditions, for you to develop this, what they call five spiritual faculty, until they are very stable, until it becomes balanced. So that aspiration can help bring about that. So all these are the understanding that you can apply. Then after that, the bottom one, what are the five spiritual faculty we have gone through, isn't it?
So techniques.
No, before technique.
Before technique. What are the five spiritual faculties?
That one I have just now explained already.
Yeah.
With this five, you counter the hindrance. Hindrance also you have gone through already. So the number two is how to develop the five spiritual faculty. I cannot read. What is it?
Number two? The techniques?
No,
or
how?
How? Oh, how? To develop the five spiritual faculties with strong determination to overcome the five hindrances of mind.
That one I explained. Devotional practice, puja, everything. Can remember? Then after that, the next one is what? Technique.
Techniques.
There I repeat here what? Puja, read.
Number one, puja. Number two, the mind sweeping method plus metta. Number three, anapanasati plus four postures plus daily mindfulness.
All already there.
Number
last
four,
one?
use the heedful mind to cultivate the three turnings of the Four Noble Truths and the four foundations of mindfulness.
Correct. Then when you do all those technique cultivation, which include contemplation, reflection, and training, then you will get the result down there. To insight into the three universal characteristics of nature, anicca, dukkha, anatta, to realize the unreality of the five aggregate of form and mind. Means to see clearly with sati, awareness, that they are dependent originating mind state, not a permanent unchanging entity. Because we live in a conditioned world. So how does form arise? I already show you. Dependent originating. That's why it's impermanent. Dependent on condition, it arises. Condition cease to be exists. When condition continue to exist, it sustains its existence. Everything in this universe is like that. Including your thought process, your feeling, your perception. They are dependent originating on. Without sense-based feeling cannot arise on. Understand or not? Without the brain, the memory, and the knowledge, and the accumulated whatever, views, opinion, and conditioning, and all your knowledge, you cannot perceive anything on. Like just now in the book, there is a section on it. If you don't have knowledge, you cannot name it on, you cannot label it on. So all this is very clear. Then the other on puja is to develop the five spiritual faculties, just now I already explained. Mind sweeping method is to condition your heedless thinking through feeling and relaxation without thought or without thinking. So all these are very clearly drawn out in chart form. Then how to develop heedfulness also taught you already. Cultivate kaya anupassana via anapanasati, four posture and daily mindfulness. Then now the last one is final result of meditation. So you read. I cannot see. Below the definition there.
Okay. Final result of meditation. Meditation is about realizing the wisdom to be at peace via accepting the reality of the moment.
So the final result is that wisdom can enable you to be at peace with all situations. And what type of peace is that? Upadi viveka. The third type of peace, which is the highest enlightened being has. Okay? Then, Maya, continue.
37 Heart Sutra class 1.1 Understanding the three conditions for Brother Teo's Dharma sharing. In order not to arise any unnecessary misunderstanding or karmic consequences, Brother Teo had been reluctant to share his Dharma understanding until about 9 years ago, when he was approached 3 times by a very sincere sister of the Dharma, asking him to share his rather good understanding of the Dharma. Brother Teo then contemplated and finally agreed to share the Dharma, but with the following 3 conditions.
So this sister is Yun Chan, our sister Yun Chan. She is the first to ask me to come out. So you all should rejoice and thank her. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Then 9 years ago is when I give the talk. So by now, 2004. So 9 years ago, now it's 2024. No? I know, 20 years I come out, understand not? But here I say, until about 9 years ago, means at that time when I deliver this lesson 37, understand not? Which is 2013. Yeah, lah. 2013 minus 2004 is 9 years. Correct or not? That's why that time, but now it's 2024, no? So no more 9 years. No? You have to add another 11. No? So 20 years. Pamasuri, correct? 20th anniversary this year. You read on.
Number 1. Call it a Dharma sharing instead of a Dharma talk, because a talk could be like a one-way traffic, not offering any chance of having a fair discussion to clarify matters from the audience. Also, sharing means no authority over one another, and as Dharma friends, we are here to share our understanding of the Dharma with mutual respect for each other's cultivation, i.e., I respect you for what you are, and hopefully you can also respect me for what I am. Number 2, no right and no wrong. If it is beneficial to you, use it. If it is not, have an open mind, because we are not here to argue about right and wrong. Right and wrong is just a relative measurement or opinion as expressed by someone according to their views and opinions, and it is not something as absolute. As such, it is not beneficial at all. If we are not careful, it may lead to unnecessary arguments and misunderstandings too. 3. To have an open mind, to listen attentively, and to take or make use of whatever that is useful and beneficial to progress along the path of Dharma. Also, do not quote me, because it can be very dangerous. If you quote me what I said without understanding what I meant, it can get both of us into unnecessary trouble.
So you all understand why I was reluctant to come out to share. At that time I told Yun Chan, never mind. I said, let things be. So indirectly is to tell her, not time yet. Because I was doing recording at Brickfield Temple in the early years. When I was doing those Dhamma talk recording. We are in charge of tape library that time. I think 1986, 86, 87, 88. So during that time, I was always at the side recording, and at time I also sit at the back. I heard a lot of those people who are listening to a talk, the comment is shocking or no, because they have certain preference, method, technique, and teacher. Then when the teacher talk something not along that line, wow, the type of comment can be very negative, karmically can be very severe. So because of that, I was quite careful and reluctant to come out unless the condition is already set and ready. So after Yun Chan asked me 3 times, I said, never mind, Yun Chan, just let things be. Mean indirectly say, unless condition arise, the time come, then I will come out. Then you know what happened? After the 3rd time, I went home. Suddenly inside, that follow the nature, pop, the message come out. Hey, about time for you to come out already. You already ready so long. I say, what happened if people talk at the back like while I do the recording, I heard, out of love and compassion for these people who are healers, but they don't know who I am, and they don't know what I understand. And what I going to share is almost 100% opposite of what they learned and popularly accepted at that time by the Buddhist community. So how to share? Then inside tell me, you set condition lah. These 3 conditions come out lor. Then I say like that, okay. Means Dhamma sharing, not a authority on others, not a one-way traffic. One-way traffic means what? I teacher, you must listen. That is what Krishnamurti don't like, J. Krishnamurti. He say, religion cannot have authority. He said, truth is a pathless land. You remember? That's why he dismantled all the organizations that try to promote him and put him up. But he knew, cannot have authority over people. If, like your boss have authority over you, you dare to challenge him or not? Huh? He will give you a love letter, because authority. Then he say, who are you? I'm your teacher, no? You don't respect me. So this is what authority, but what Krishnamurti understood is another level. Because when you face somebody with authority, you put fear on them, no? They don't have an open mind, no? They dare not investigate, no? Even they feel that you are not right, they dare not oppose you, no? So that is the negative aspect to actually teach. So you want to teach, like what he do, he just share with the world. You want to understand, you come. Then he share with you. You cannot understand, you ask question. A lot of the people ask questions, like kena days. He doesn't know what Krishnamurti is telling him. So Krishnamurti try to explain many times. They cannot understand. Because he is ahead of time. Without this awareness, nature, awakening, you cannot understand him. Because his words are so different from the scripture. That time many Buddhist monks go and talk to him. No? But all cannot understand him one by one. So this is what is happening. That's why I said, no authority. I call it Dhamma discussion. Last time all my talk is Dhamma discussion. Heart Sutra lesson 1. All Dhamma discussion. Thursday class also. You got any question? Bring out Dhamma discussion. And now we got the unique code. We use the unique code. Now we got a transcript book or text. We use that one. Then sometimes you got new question. Then if the recording is very good, especially from the unique code, then we transcript out and make into book. My last 3 books came from mostly Thursday class, what they call sharing. Unique code is the last 2. path to Nibbana and ultimate enlightenment to transcend life. But the third last, what is the difference between awareness and consciousness? That one is from 2019, I remember. Sui An's house, Thursday class. So all these are the history behind. Okay, Banyan, continue.
Just say, Brother Teo shared with us his understanding of the Dharma, which we have come to appreciate a lot, because the Dharma, which is a very difficult and profound topic, can be made so simple and taught to us with such clarity that we can so easily relate to it in our daily life, as always pointed out by Brother Teo. According to Brother Teo, life itself is the meditation, and life itself is where the Dharma is, and life itself is our greatest teacher. Truth is everywhere, in the midst of life and nature, so why can't you see? For those who see, they always see.
So this paragraph, by now, you should have the understanding to confirm what I say there. So this Dhamma, which is a very difficult and profound topic, can be made so simple and taught to you all with such clarity that you can so easily relate it to your daily life, as always pointed out by me. Now, you agree or not? Rejoice. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. That's why when you have the real teaching, it can help people. There are a lot, the last 20 years are a lot of chronic people with First Noble Truth reality all come. Everyone that has affinity and faith, they recover. Beautiful, turn around. Especially depression. Divorce one also a lot. Separation also. Disease also a lot. Financial problem also got. A few financial problem, less, but a few. One of them is our Kayamita. He resolved it very well. After that, he became very happy. Then he said, Brother, thank you, I can retire already. Because that case is very serious. You know, he ended up negative cash flow every month. A few thousand, and his salary is not much. So he got some property, and he make some property investment in the wrong place. Cannot get tenant, cannot rent out, but have to pay bank installment and all that. So all the installment from whatever he earned, minus every month deficit a few thousand. He said, at this rate, I cannot last. My saving all will be drained. So worry, fear, panic. Almost every Tuesday or Thursday class that I saw him, where he's helping me, you can see the worry in him. Then one day I asked one of the Kayamita, the very close friend, he said, actually, that Kayamita got problem, financial problem. I said, ask him to come and see me. Then he came and see me. Then I said, okay, you tell me exactly what is happening. Then I look at it. Hey, I say, you got no problem. Because your panic obscure you from seeing your solution. Because of all the property that he has, there is only one can rent out. Understand? But the rental is so low. It's an industrial building. Then I say, industrial building by now should be worth a lot. I say, you sell why you collect the rental? Rental sure negative. Yeah. I think how much? 1,500 or 2,000, I forgot already. So because of that, he suddenly the eye like bright out, but no confidence. But still cannot sell. I say, you look for agent. Now very difficult. If your approach is like that, how to get it sell? Understand? But he already think his karma very bad. Buy property also cannot get rental. Then now with this type of problem, then one of the property is for her own family or no, the sister and the mother there. So this is something that he wants to help out and commit. And that one also got installment. No? Of course, that one no rental lah. So I said, you sell your industrial building, you check with the agent, see how much can you get. Oh, he said, maybe, I said, at least 1 million on. He said, no lah. He said, 800 something or maybe 900 something. I said, never mind, whatever. Get the agent come, talk to her and say, you are serious, you want to sell. Get me a genuine buyer. So finally, the buyer came, no. But of course, haggle with him. Then reduce 50,000, I think. 950 finally sold. Oh, I said, 950, your problem gone already. All those installment, well, the loan is not much. Well, all the property that time, I think, the installment is not much. So I calculate, once he commit the S&P, 10% collect, even you deficit, let's say, 3 or 5,000 a month, let's say 5,000 a month, 10% 95,000, no, can last you how many months? 20 months already, you know. So you no need worry already, understand? No? Even he don't want to buy, you forfeit, understand? No? But if he buy, the principal sum come, you can pay all the other installment. Then he realized he got no more burden with the installment and all those things. That's how he clear. Of course, the rental also no more lah. Their property sold already. Then he become very happy. But he got another asset, which later on he also managed to sell. Then he told me, Brother, this one, if I sell, I can retire already. And really got people want, no. Because that property, entangled with a lawyer, you know lawyer, a lot of problem. Corporate lawyer, and not the friendly type one. That's why he told me, I said, must be my karma last time. The way I do to people now, all this come and haunt me. So at least he know, ask of you. Then finally, the lawyer also helped him to agree and manage to sell. That's why after sell off, he becomes so happy. Retire straight away. So that is a jadi story. It's one of Kaimita, but no need to know who. Okay, continue.
Wisdom cannot be learned or taught because it is not a rigid knowledge. Wisdom needs to be awakened to or realized because it is an overall understanding. Dharma is about realization, and it can only be understood by the wise, each for themselves. No one else can understand it for us. At different levels, wisdom is realized differently. If you can understand the deep meaning behind this Surangama saying, perception of form is consciousness, whereas its non-perception is wisdom, then you would have some form of wisdom born of understanding, the mind Dharma. For everything is condition arising, and mind make are they, so not so real. It is only the mundane mind creating the phenomena world through its own mental perception and consciousness. Like the following Zen saying, mountains are just mountains.
Sorry, here they at that time didn't put in the Mandarin. The Mandarin, Mahayana Sutra, they mentioned, Kan San Si San. That's why here English translation, you see mountain as just mountain. Then this is mundane seeing, understand? Then go to the second one. Kan San Pu Si San. English translation not so clear. You see mountain, but mountains are not mountain. So that one not easy to understand if you are English educator or Masale. Say, what the hell are you telling me? Mountain, not mountain. Then what is a mountain? Understand? No? Yeah, this is a direct seeing. He don't perceive. There's no word, nothing. There's not mountain. So when you have the Dhamma, you don't have the Dhamma. Very confusing. You end up arguing. Then after that, you reach another level of perfection or wisdom now. Kan san, yu si san. Mountain are mountain again. You tell the Kwai Lo, I tell you to fly kite. Mountain is mountain. Why mountain not mountain? Then mountain again. So this one very confusing. So now at least I tell you the Mandarin, This is suchness seeing things as they are. So means the unenlightened one come with mundane seeing. You also can agree. The enlightened one come with mountain as non-mountain. Yes, non-mountain. Maybe I give you an example just now. I think Gong Chai. Just now you remember the foreigner outside? He wished us good morning. I also know already. Good morning, afternoon already. We are 1 o'clock already. Then you correct him. A good afternoon, not morning. You know what the Kwai Lo did or not? He come back and, of course, not argue. He explained to Gong Chai. For us, before I eat lunch, it's still morning. Yeah. Oh, no wonder. In their country. But he mentioned about lunch and all those things. Kongzai, you just share what you said just now.
Okay. Just now I was with Brother Teo at the entrance of the temple.
And Michael also.
And
Then
Michael
I think
also, yes.
Casey also there.
So what happened was that there was this 4 or 5, I think 4.
Yeah. Five of them, I think. 5 of them. There was another
taxi.
car with the phone come in. Also their own people, I think.
So the first guy is a gentleman, wishes, very politely wishes.
Yeah, very politely.
Good morning.
Yes.
Then
then you ask him, where are you from? Then he wish a good morning. Then you correct him.
Then I said, no, it should be afternoon. Good afternoon.
But you realize, Casey and me, also good morning. Yeah, he is Monday. Even he make mistake, he is what he is. That's why I say good morning. But when Gong Chai start to correct it, now it's already afternoon. Good afternoon. Wow, he immediately come back. But luckily not the violent type, not the one that want to.
He just explained that.
Just explain in their country.
For them, they have not. He has not taken the lunch, so therefore it's still good morning.
Still good morning. That was a good one, understand? So that's why I say when you use this example, don't talk to Kwai Lo. Understand? Especially you use English translation. Mountain are just mountain. Mountain are not mountain. Mountain are mountain again. He thought you make fun of him. So this one can get into trouble. But if he know Mandarin, no problem. Okay. So, Manyan, you continue.
First, you see mountain as mountain. This is conventional or mundane seeing. Then, you see mountain as not mountain. This is seeing with the above Surangama sayings understanding. Finally, you see mountain still as mountain again. This is seeing things as they are with understanding that everything is suchness or what is, able to accept things as they are, hence able to accommodate both the conventional and ultimate realities to live life with wisdom and understanding. 1.3 Zen Analogy 1. 2 monks were arguing about the temple flag waving in the wind. One said, the flag moves. The other said, the wind moves. They argued back and forth but could not agree. Huinan, the 6th patriarch, said, Gentlemen, it is not the flag that moves. It is not the wind that moves. It is your mind that moves. The 2 monks were struck with awe. This is because Huinan knew that these monks still have formed delusion, so he prompted and hinted to them to see the next level, which is mind Dharma. To refer earlier Sutra notes for the detailed explanation of this Zen analogy.
So this one I had told you the second part of the story already. That's why the Huining, because his wisdom, they know these people cannot even see beyond form. How can you teach about the nature? No. So he got to teach them to see the next level, which is mind Dhamma. That's why he said, your mind move. But when he counter 神修不用, he said, 本来无一物, 何处惹尘埃? Where got mind? And that's why the lady that cooked for the monk that discussed it, the moment she say, where got mind, all of them enlightened. Yeah. So the what they call Huineng's teaching is sudden enlightenment, they call it. Because that one is from the nature one, very powerful one. The moment you realize, you awaken already. No need to gradually wait for the time to become enlightened. Okay? Finish this one off, then I think it's about time already. This Bodhisattva sun date one is what I have been telling you. Manyan, you read.
Bodhisattva's son died. No crying, no sorrow and lamentation. Why? Because the Buddha knew whatever that is of the nature to arise is also of the nature to cease, and what has been born has already ceased to be. So no amount of sorrow or lamentation can bring back the
Dead sea.
Okay.
That is your father.
Yeah. We have been born so many times, so which one of the many aeons of segmented lives or birth and death is you? Number 3. Cameron Highlands Retreat. Stillness, breeze. Dharma contemplation, when your mind is silent and still, all of nature's phenomena plus mental and physical phenomena can be perceived clearly because they keep on arising via mental perceptions and consciousness within your silent or true mind. When at the retreat, you are very relaxed, at ease, and heedful most of the time, so Dharma contemplation can arise easily. And there is Dharma in everything that comes within your field of perception and awareness.
Very good. So almost 3 o'clock. We can stop here. Then you can have your 1 hour meditation. So 3 to 4. 1 hour meditation. Okay. We are off the light. Then I will set the alarm so that you all can have your 1 hour of awareness-based meditation. Okay. So now all the mind sweeping method, all the whatever anapanasati or what has been taught to you, hopefully you all can try it out.